time to delve into the mind of one Matthew Archbold. And Matthew and I have known one another for a while now, and I've always thought, if Matthew wasn't a journalist, if he wasn't writing Catholic articles, if he wasn't appearing on Catholic radio, what would he be doing? And now the big reveal, Royal Ballet. Yeah. Good morning. Yeah. Good morning, Matthew. It's Royal Ballet for Matthew all the way.
Yeah, do they make tutus in 3XL?
They better be. They better be.
Yeah.
They're starting to, I can tell you that.
Yeah, how silly is this? The Royal Ballet, the most esteemed ballet company in the world, is thinking they've been too exclusive, and they want to be more inclusive, so they're going to hire out-of-shape ballerinas. Or I don't know what you call a dude ballerina. I have no idea.
That's a good question.
Out of place.
Thinking,
yeah.
That's really funny. But I'm thinking, this might be my opportunity.
You were born for
it. I think so. Yeah. I can't get over that, the reason that audiences want dancers they can relate to. I want dancers that can really perform well.
Yeah,
I don't need people I can relate to. It's kind of like, well, they're human beings, so I relate to them. They don't have to look like me and sound like me, and So I just thought that was a weird statement. I mean, don't you want people that can execute the dance beautifully? I mean, that draws us to beauty.
It is funny, for some reason, we do think somehow that common sense is coming back a little bit, but then you realize it's this madness that's infected the entire world is so deeply entrenched that we have a lot further to go, and I do feel like somehow we've kind of raised our hands in victory, like we stemmed the tide, and I think all we did was we stopped it from continuing, but we still have a lot of work to do. In fact, I just saw yesterday, remember the contraceptive mandate? Remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
And the nuns pushing back? That's still going on.
Yeah.
In fact, the little sisters, they just lost in court yesterday about the contraceptive mandate. Can you even imagine that is still going on and that's still being pushed?
Even after the Supreme Court made a decision, 5 years ago, and here we are again. But Matthew, doesn't it prove the point that if you are moving forward, if you're making progress in the realm of faith and in the realm, quite frankly, just of common sense, doesn't it make all the sense in the world that the world and the devil is going to fight hard to at least keep some of that ground that they've gained?
It's a great point. If it's exactly when you think you're doing some good that you're going to get attacked back.
Right.
Because the devil's not going to interfere with you when you're doing what he wants you to do, right? So, so you could look at this and say, hey, we're at least fighting the right fight. It's like Dave, I hate to tell you this, but I was on the radio yesterday without you.
Oh, I heard it.
So you know.
It was fabulous. Yeah, you did a great job.
But we were talking yesterday about the Order of Satan, the Satanic Temple is getting behind abortion. There's a reason they're doing this, and it's because we've made some massive inroads, but the pushback is coming, and it's going to be hard, and we gotta really get our prayer going, and we gotta be strong because they're coming. They're not giving up ground. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You know what I loved yesterday when we were talking about people forming their opinions and so forth, and I think you had really the line of the whole thing is like a litmus test. Would Satan agree with this? Then I know how I feel, how I should feel about it. If I know how Satan comes down on this issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're the triumvirate like we were talking about yesterday. If you do the checkbox and you say, Satan's on that side, Hitler's on that side, and Vanity Fair is on that side, it's a pretty good indication you should probably pick the other side.
And I think Satan works pretty subtly too, because I remember reading on your website was it the New York Times that is talking about we need to redefine death to get more organs, and I obviously teach this in bioethics, but I think sometimes we don't understand the subtlety of Satan, that he will take something and make it look good. Well, look, we're killing this person who's kind of useless, but look what we're doing with his organs.
Well, that's what it always comes down to, and it's, in the end, it's utilitarianism versus Christ. You know, it's do we see people as material that you can stack up and say, well, these three people can be helped, and here you have this one person who's just lying in bed. Doesn't it make sense just to cut them up and use them for parts? And, you know, you could see how some people with a godless view of the world would say, sure, yeah, that makes sense. This person's just lying in bed. But you don't know what's going on with this person, you know? How many people have woken up from these things and gone on to live loving, fruitful lives? And, you know, we just don't know. We think we know. But, you know, we're always in a rush. And I guess this is what it comes down to. We want to play God, you know? And isn't that, you know, go all the way back to the beginning? You know,
I think we need to keep it
as gods.
We need to keep in mind too. You know, we think that the devil is for immorality. We think that the devil is for abortion. We think that the devil is for this thing and that thing. The devil hates God. It's simple as that. And anything that he can do to separate us from God, whether it be a good thing or a bad thing, if he could take religious people and divide them even over a good thing, he'll use that thing. He doesn't care what it is that he uses. All he wants is us separated from God. And the only safe place to be is in the arms of Jesus and in the arms of the church. Be faithful. That's it. Don't be distracted by, oh, this is a very good thing and I'm standing for it no matter what anybody else. No, wait a minute. Is the evil one maybe even using that? Look to the church. That's where you find the wisdom.
Do you think Satan is in favor of me becoming a ballerina or against it? I'm just trying to get the read here.
Man, that's a tough call. That's a tough call.
I have to admit on that one, I just think he's curious, just like the rest of us. I mean, he does have intelligence, so I think he's probably just curious.
I know I'm curious, yeah.
I am too.
Get up on those toes.
That's right. I want to see a plie. Come on. You can do it. You can do
I know. Matt, you can pirouette with the best of them. CreativeMinorityReport.com is where you go to really get fed all these great stories and pretty enlightening, too.